Oh my goodness, was that a bit loud for everybody? I think that might have been a little bit loud for everybody. I hope you guys are all doing well. My name is Tank. This is the IBC Gang channel. Here we talk about everything that's happening in traditional markets as well as the crypto markets. We try to give you guys food for thought for you to digest so that you hopefully are better off in your trading and investing career. Guys, that's all we're trying to do here. We're just trying to give you guys some food for thought. So please keep that in mind. None of this is financial advice. We're just trying to do everybody hopefully a service by sharing information. And so with that being said, I do want to check my audio. Oh, it sounds a little weird. Sounds a little weird. Let me bring this a little closer here. Oh, let me see here. I think what I'm going to do is I might actually bring this. Yeah, I might have to bring this just a little close so you guys can kind of see this just a little bit here. Sounded weird. I was a little bit away there. Excuse me. With that being said, guys, I'm also going to be giving you guys a quick heads up of our channel sponsor. If you guys don't know who our channel sponsor is, you're going to know that in just a second. It is none other than the almighty Kujira.network. Oh, wow, I'm getting a lot of feedback. Kujira.network is the blockchain for real yield, the decentralized ecosystem for protocols, builders, and Web3 users alike seeking sustainable fintech. If you guys don't know about what's been happening on Kujira.network, you must be sleeping under a rock. You must be sleeping under a rock. I know I wish I was sleeping, especially after this weekend, because I am pooped. I am pooped, but the show must go on, and I must touch base with the people within the crypto landscape, within just the trading landscape, I would say as well. But in any case, guys, I hope you guys are all doing well. Check out Kujira.network, our channel sponsor for a long time now. We really like Kujira.network. They're fabulous team, fabulous people, fabulous community doing the Lord's work, I would say. Guys, let me go ahead and let's go ahead and jump on into the charts, guys. Let's go ahead and jump on into. Well, actually, you know what? Let's have a breather for a second. Let's check some things because I had to move everything back. I literally just hooked everything up, and so I'm kind of winging it like always, right? And I want to make sure everything is running nicely. I usually don't have my mic like floating above me like this, but just threw it together, and I was like, you know what? Let's see if how this goes. With that, let's go ahead and bring up the traditional markets. Let's go up and bring up the traditional markets. Let's get into things right now. Guys, the markets are actually up just a little bit today in the traditional markets. Let me bring off all of these squiggly lines so you guys can see this better. This is the Dow Jones, and this is on the daily time frame using Market Cipher as our favorite oscillator and indicator tool of choice. You can use whatever oscillator indicator tool of choice you like, but I like using Market Cipher because I have a lifetime membership and it's polished and I really, really enjoy using it. So anyway, with that being said, I'm going to take a look first, not at the traditional candlesticks, but on the daily time frame. I'm going to be taking a look at Market Cipher B. And I just want to take a glance at seeing how the momentum waves are going and how the RSIs are looking right now. The RSIs are clearly pointing straight up. We are in negative money flow, and you can see that being represented down here with the negative money wave right there. You can also, if you're colorblind like myself, if you want an easier path, you can just look at this bar down here. This bar that I just circled highlights positive and negative money flow, positive being green and then negative being red, obviously. So it shows you the same thing down there. If you guys are ever following along with the channel and the content, and you guys are like, I don't know what you're talking about with those momentum waves. Momentum waves are right here, guys. It's just a chartreuse. Shout out to Ben, even though I don't see him anymore. Let me know. I am a little bit colorblind. I used to think that this was like yellow, but it's chartreuse, greenish looking yellow color is positive money flow. And then this negative money flow, this red is negative money flow. You can see that we are rounding upwards with the negative money flow on Market Cipher B. And we do have some momentum. Although I will say it's a little too early to kind of get bullish with it, but we do have momentum to the upside with these anchor waves. These anchor waves are these pull downs being displayed here that represents sell pressure. Whenever you see these anchor waves or sell wave yeah, I lost my train of thought. These representations of sell pressure kind of getting shallower and more shallower, like I just displayed here. That's just basically showing you guys that sell pressure is also getting weaker and weaker. And so right now, although we don't look incredibly bullish with the Dow Jones daily time frame Market Cipher B chart, it does look positive, right? It looks better than not. We are just 0.11% up on the day. Let's take a look at the traditional candlesticks now. Traditional candlesticks are showing us that we do have momentum. If you're taking a look at the traditional candlesticks, let me blow this up for you guys a little bit more as well. The traditional candlesticks have been showing us, again, just if you don't know, this is on using Japanese candles or Heikin-Ashi candles, because that's what Market Cipher likes to use. That's what it was built around. This seems so weird. I feel like like I have to reach to talk into this mic. I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like it, my friends. Anyway, it's got this big thing just sitting right here by my face. What I was trying to get at, the previous candles are showing momentum like every day. If you guys need to see this a little bit better as well, let me zoom in for you. The candlestick, the majority of the candlesticks, which is the body of the candlesticks, for the past several days has been growing. Like you can see that every single day, the majority of price action, which is the body of the candlesticks, is engulfing or bigger than the previous day. And that's a good sign, right? That's what we like to see on the charts for price appreciation. We like to see those candlesticks, those bodies of the candlesticks always being bigger than the last. When we don't see that happen, here's a good representation of that. When we don't see that happen, usually what happens is we get selling pressure, and it, because the buying support isn't coming in as much, we get selling pressure that takes over, and the price action goes downwards. Obviously, you can see that here, where the body of the candles were raising until it didn't, and then we caught a little bit of resistance. We pumped up again, but then we came back down. Right? Everything has its ebbs and flows. Everything has to have its pops and dumps. It has to have its ups and downs to grow in either which way. So don't get all too carried up in like that. I will say though, as we're taking a look at the previous price action to the upside, you can see that now that we've cut above the SMAs, which are these lines right here, the 50 and the 200, now that we've cut above again the SMAs, we're coming up to our next level of resistance, which is basically what I like to point at as our next level of interest, because that's all it really is. It's just a point of interest that we're going to keep an eye on to see if it holds up as support and or resistance going forward. More likely than not, that's usually what happens. So you can see here, resistance, right? Support, this white line, again, as we trend up to it, that we've been charting for a long time, just again, holding up as hopefully not resistance, but so far as resistance going forward, right? So hopefully we can't break through that. I will say we did show on the daily time frame this triangle pattern pop up, or triangle symbol pop up on Marcus FRB, which usually signifies a reversal pattern on the charts. And that usually means the reversal of the previous, although it doesn't really tell you per se exactly what it's reversing. It could be reversing this overall downtrend, or it could be reversing this immediate uptrend that we've been going through. Usually more often than not, as I've seen, it's talking about the immediate market price or market action. So we do have that popping up yesterday. It did confirm. And I would say if we go back and like back test, whenever we have those things pop up, as you can see here, we have the trend upwards, it popped, and then we have a trend downwards, right? Let's go back and back test a little bit more. You can see this one didn't play out. Maybe it was showing us the reversal of this, right? And it came up. And same thing for here. When it popped up, you can see that maybe it was showing us the reversal for this, and it kept popping up. But inevitably, it did majority of the time show us like maybe a leading indicator of like maybe this is a good time to where they're not close your positions, or more say, let's just say take profits on your positions right around this zone, right? Because if you saw this signal pop up here, and you started laddering out, right? Started laddering out before the price action went back down. Not to say you have to, teach their own. You probably would have been really, really good until something else popped and told you like that was a fake out or whatnot. Ooh, actually, when we go back and take a look at this, whenever we get these reversals on the daily time frame, I might actually just take all of that back and just scratch that. Never mind. I don't know how I feel about this, but I'm gonna say something just a second. Let me take a sip of this coffee. It was more like a gulp. Let me just kind of show you guys here. Whenever we've been seeing on the daily time frame these triangle patterns here or symbols pop up, which is usually reversals, what I've just noticed for the Dow Jones is it actually shows us that that's recent. If we go back, and this one obviously not right. That sucked. But here it ran. Here it ran. Oh, you guys can't see that very well. Okay, here. Not here, dumped, right? But here we got it, it ran. Here we got it, it ran some more. And that's kind of been the pattern for a while now, you know. So I don't know, guys. I just say whenever I see those reversal patterns pop up or the triangle patterns or symbols pop up, I like to be laddering out of my position. So that's just me though, to each their own. I do think that 34 to 39 is going to be a level of resistance going forward. If we can conquer that, great. We'll go back up to 35, 525 and catch some resistance there. I will say though, this would be a pretty crazy and wonky looking cup and handle pattern on the daily time frame short term. Like I just want to throw that out there. I know I'm kind of reaching, right? But that's what we all do. We just kind of like reach just a little. Where the hell? Here we go. Look at this. From this zone right here, you can call it from right here to right here. That's somewhat of an ugly, ugly, ugly cup. Let's just say it's a cup though, right? Because we got resistance here, we got resistance here, and now we started printing downwards here. What if this is a handle? What if this was a handle here for this cup? Do you see? Oh, let me get my big face out of the way. What if this was a handle for this cup here, guys? Is anybody digging that? Nobody believe that at all? Anybody digging that at all? No? Not a lot of people around on a Monday. Everybody's like, screw this. I hate everything. I don't know. I think this might be something. I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there and see what happens. Things don't necessarily have to be exact for patterns to play out. When my patterns, all I care about is tops, bottoms, and connecting the dots, right? Like it doesn't have to be completely a cup and handle pattern, like, oh, it does this big swoop and it's perfect. I don't really care about that. I'm just projecting this out there. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens here, guys. It could even play out with this pattern here, and we can actually see things. I'm getting everything mixed up here. We can see things kind of go like this and come back down and then come back up like that, right? So let's just see what happens. The NASDAQ is up 0.33%. Again, the NASDAQ is something that I've been pointing out for a while as well, as far as a cup and handle pattern. If you guys can't see that, again, I'm just gonna throw these out here. Not to say these cup and handle patterns are gonna play out exactly, right? I'm definitely not saying that. But guys, from this section here to where we topped out here, look at that cup. And then what if, again, just what if, and everybody and their mom is going to tell you that you're nuts, but what if this is playing out of a handle, right? Kind of doing a wonky one right there. That's ultimately a bullish thing. Like ultimately, that's a bullish thing. I'm not trying to get people caught up in hopium, but I just want to see what happens, right? I just want to see what happens because as this comes back down, people are going to be like, "Oh, see, you're a stupid tank. You're wrong." I just want to be mindful of it. I see it forming. It could dump, and if it does dump, I got my 200 SMA strategy. I've been pointing that out too, guys. I'm prepared for any price action in any which way. Dow Jones, boom. You guys know I'm going to be deploying a lot of capital down here at these lows. NASDAQ, like I'm ready for the dump too. If we're wrong, if we go into this strong recession, all this other stuff, I'm ready. I'm super, super ready. But also I see a pattern playing out, just technically speaking on the charts right here of like, really not so much for the Dow Jones, definitely for the NASDAQ of cup and handles all over the place. Guys, let's go into the Russell real quick. Russell getting dumped on really, really bad, 1.13% down on the day. We've triple tested this line of support, 162.70 thus far. So we just got to be paying attention to that. The SPX, guys, cup and handle patterns all day long, right? All day long. Again, just another pattern. Like I'm mindful of it. Again, I don't know. I'm ready for these lows down here. I'm ready. 3017. I'm ready. SPX. There's some zones before that, and I might catch support, and we never see that low of 3017. Sure, I'm ready for it though. But I just want to say, like, it's a very interesting thing. It's a very interesting thing to be watching and hearing people talk about the markets and what they're investing into. I know some people, like my wife today, was just like, I'm just seeing, and I'm getting calls of people like trying to get our business back, like, just yard services and stuff like that. Like people are just out there because I think people are panicking, thinking that, we are definitely going to get hit with this strong downturn in the markets. And we see businesses like really struggling to pick up more business to stay alive because now we're seeing the high inflation numbers that the Fed has brought us to, or I should say the interest rates that the Fed has brought us to as a high interest rate and them holding it there for a long time, really doing its work on the high inflation numbers that we've been having to deal with, right? It's starting to finally work its way through and take hold of the economy. And now people, at least my wife and I are seeing it. People are now feeling it. Their bank accounts are being depleted. Their savings are being depleted. They can no longer turn down jobs. They have to go back to work. People who may not be able to hire a lot of people are still that maybe like small business owners, owner operators are now struggling to find more and more business and keep more and more business and having to do it on their own. So like this is an interesting time as an investor. I really like it myself per se. That's not to be like a cheerleader of other people's misfortunes, but I just got to be real about it, right? This is the moments that I live for. This is the moments that I live for. Let me move on. Let me move on here. Again, guys, if you guys are watching this later, Inspire, Believe, Create is the channel. I would really appreciate a thumbs up, a share, a like, any kind of support would really, really be appreciated. People that do these kind of contents are definitely getting shadow banned. I think I'm shadow banned on a couple of platforms, but it definitely would help out quite a bit. Invisibility and just getting out food for thought, right? Like we're not giving people any kind of financial advice. Like we're just regular people trying to make it out here, give our 2 cents about what's happening in the market. And yes, there's a ton of people that do the same things, but it would be nice to get that kind of support. So guys, please don't forget, subscribe on YouTube, follow, like it. I really, really would appreciate it. DXY getting a little bit of resistance here. It's down to 105, coming back down to 104.63. I don't know, guys. I don't know about the DXY. I think I'm just not a fan of the dollar. I just don't believe in it. I don't think it's sustainable. I don't think it's maintainable. I don't think it's real. I know it's backed by the government. I get it. Like, it is what it is. But long term, we can't just keep printing ourselves out. Like, we just can't keep doing this. I just don't think it's sustainable. So, and that's why I'm not a fan of the dollar. Yes, I do convert into dollars because I own businesses in the US. I got to pay my taxes and stuff like that. I don't hate it. I got to use it. It's a love-hate relationship. I got to use it for what it is. But like, if as an investor, the things that I want to accumulate are things that are actually long-term good investments. And that's real estate, in my humble opinion, like, land, whether it's real estate, commercial, residential, or land, or whatever you're buying, maybe it's agriculture as well. I think that's a great investment long-term. There's only so much land. I think precious metals and certain commodities are definitely a smart investment. Like I'm a really big fan. I know a lot of people right now don't like really like silver. I've been seeing that happen a lot too. Like people are like, oh, they don't want your silver. They don't want your gold. They don't want this, blah, blah, blah. This is life. This is definitely life. But I see a lot of people saying that. Like, I don't know. I tend to I think it's all about your long-term time horizon, right? Especially when you're talking about precious metals. And let's get into that real quick. If you're looking at gold right now, gold has been fighting to get above basically $2,000 for forever. And let me go into the monthly here. This is the monthly time frame for gold. Right? Like this is like the all-time chart for gold. You're basically at all-time highs right now. Like you're not, but you're basically at all-time highs right now. Do you as an investor want to buy the all-time high? Maybe, sure, because if your time horizon is, whatever, and maybe you're investing for your family. I don't know, like your kids and your grandkids, and you don't really care. Like you just want something for the future. Like that chart will tell you that's smart no matter what. If you zoom out, like that's a smart bet, right? I don't want to buy the top. I don't want to be somebody else's exit liquidity. But that's not to say that gold's not going to have a tremendous good time on in the markets, right? I will say, do you know how much money has to flow into gold for it to do a 2x? I'm sorry, I'm just not in it for a 2x, right? I'm kind of like, I want to hedge against like inflation. And I will say precious metals, in my humble opinion, aren't a get rich kind of thing. It's more of like a protect your wealth kind of thing when you get into precious metals, unless you're like leveraged and, paper or trade, not buying physical gold or precious metals. You're like actually out there in the markets buying paper, gold, silver, platinum, all this other stuff, and you're leveraged. That's different, like, right? That's whatever. But excuse me, I'm just not into buying the tops of these things. I'm just really not into buying the tops of these things. I will say, when I look at precious metals, there's other precious metals that have more use case, have been around and use this as currency for far longer. And that, I'm not trying to talk anybody into it, but that is silver. I don't care what people are saying right now, short term, about how people don't want to buy your silver, or there is a surplus of silver, or blah, 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 blah. Sure, whatever. Say whatever you want. Silver, in my humble opinion, has better upside potential, basically where we are right now, right? It's a smaller It's smaller per ounce, so more people can actually get into it. From all-time highs, right? We can go up 24% versus buying the all-time highs in gold right now. Like I'd much rather take that opportunity than buying gold. That's just me though. Like, I buy both. But I buy more silver than anything. And I'll buy silver even if it comes, again, this is the daily time frame, guys. I'm ready to buy silver all the way down to 19. Hell, I'm even ready to buy silver if it ever gives me the opportunity at that low teens, $14, $13 again. Like, you bet your bottom dollar I'm doing that. Oh, excuse me. I got the burps today, guys. Excuse me. Anyway, matter of fact, I just bought me some more silver. And you know what? Hold on one second. Let me, guys, I do transfer this. Don't get me wrong. I do transfer these silvers. I don't have a lot of silver at my house, but I will say this. Let me actually say this. For anybody that like streams, stuff like that, don't keep your valuables at home, like real valuables and stuff like that at home. Then you're just asking to get robbed. Don't do that. Anything that I ever have is just here for showing the channel. And then I move those things off site immediately almost. But I did just get some more silver. Let me hold on one second. Let me show you guys real quickly. Ooh. All right. Let me show you guys. What I'm talking about. This is the goodie bag. This is the bag. This is the loot bag, right? And I'm not joking. Like, I really do. And again, for all you trolly people, you will have a horrible time if you ever try to come and get it. It's not going to be here and you're going to hate your life. So anyway, I just bought, oh God, how much did I buy? I bought some rounds, some silver rounds. I bought me a 10-ounce bar, a 5-ounce bar, and I bought a couple more. So this is a 10-ounce bar of pure silver. If you guys don't know what that looks like, that's a 10-ounce bar, pure silver. This is a 5-ounce bar of pure silver. This is in every one of these tubes, which I think I got 4 of them here. No, 3 of them here. Yeah, 3 of them here. This is a 1-ounce bar of silver here. And each one of these tubes, you can see there's silver rounds. This is a Buffalo silver round. I like to get mine. By the way, I'm not sponsored. I'm just showing you guys what real self-custody looks like, and what hard assets really look like. This is hard money. This is real money. Real money here, guys. But yeah, this is what I like to buy mine. I didn't say that. I like to buy mine from SD Bullion. You guys can see that right there. I like to buy mine from SD Bullion. There's a lot of different places you guys can buy it from. But yeah, I like to buy. You get, depending on how much you buy. Like, everybody has their opinions, right? You will get better and more silver buying rounds than you will bars. You pay a higher premium for bars. I just like the way that bars stack. Like, it's just something about bars. They feel good. Like, oh shit. Like, this is like putting bars in your hands. It just makes you feel like that old time Scrooge McDuck. I don't know if you guys can see that even. Right? Versus, I mean, I guess when you have rounds as well, it kind of like, I don't know, it feels just the same, but like that's a, sorry guys, I don't know if you guys can see this very well. So that's a, I don't know, maybe 10, what is this? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So this right here, this right here is the same as this right here, but it just feels better, right? It feels like your Scrooge McDuck. But again, I don't know, rounds kind of make you feel like Scrooge McDuck too. Like, nothing. There's nothing better than precious metals in your hand. Nothing better too, especially when they're gold and silver. But anyway, I don't know why I want to show you guys that. Just, this is gonna get offloaded into the bank vaults and the other treasure chest sites that I have buried around the world. By the way, again, guys, don't hold your stuff at home. You're just asking for trouble. But yeah, we just got these from SD Bullion. Really like them. It's probably about like, I don't know. There's probably like 200 ounces or something like that. Maybe a little bit less. Anyway, put that on the side to get rid of that later. So anyway, talking about going back into the markets, is like talking about silver, talking about gold, talking about copper, platinum. I really like copper, by the way, guys. Look at this copper chart, daily time frame. Let me go to the monthly here. I don't care what anybody says. Copper is one of those that you can't really hold a lot of copper because copper weighs a lot. And to have a lot of copper that's going to like do you any good long term is like you're going to have to really spend a lot of money and then have a lot of space to store copper. But copper, look at this long term. This is the monthly time frame. This is a beautiful freaking chart. A beautiful chart. Like it's so beautiful. I want to buy copper on paper right around 250. Like if it gives me that opportunity on this trend line, I'm buying copper at 250 for sure. For freaking sure. 100%. And or I'm still going to start laddering in at 314, but I'm going to buy probably a ton, not financialized, but a ton of copper right around 250 if it gives me that opportunity. I don't buy platinum. I don't buy palladium. I don't buy any of that stuff. I will say platinum, like if you're into it, like, you know, it's probably better than gold in my humble opinion, just where it is in the charts, like from here to the highs, right, of where it's been before this 100% versus again, gold, which you're basically buying all-time highs here. Not to say that's wrong, but I'm just like, you know, I'm just not that guy. If we take a look at market cipher B here on the day on this is the month on the month here, we actually do show, I don't know if you guys can see this, a buy signal here. RSI is turning upwards, money flow, buy signal on the gold. On silver, we don't have that right now. We're still in positive money flow. We don't have all three things showing. Copper, we don't have that on the monthly. I wonder what the weekly looks like. Weekly, daily, copper. I don't see anything there. Let's see. Weekly, don't see nothing there. Daily. We on the daily, we got a buy signal for copper. I'm sorry, for silver. I'm sorry. And gold, daily, weekly, monthly. Not that bad. By the way, what's up, everybody? Again, if you guys don't mind, like the video, subscribe if you're on YouTube. It really goes a long way. I know a lot of people are getting like shadow banned, their channels taken away from them and stuff like that. I'm just like, it's not financial advice. I'm just trying to give people my 2 cents, which who knows if I'm right or wrong, right? I think I've done fairly well for myself though. Anyway, let's move into Bitcoin and let's wrap this up. Bitcoin and some other cryptocurrencies right now. I don't even want to talk about the regular stock market right now. Like there's so many interesting things happening in the regular stock market, man. Do I want to get into it? I don't want to get into it. Do I want to get into it? I don't want to get into it. No, I don't want to get into it. You know, it's really, well, I'm going to talk about, I was looking at Disney. I just want to talk about this. Disney's a blue chip stock. Look at the daily time frame. Look at this. Oh my God. From basically $200 to 85. And people are like, oh, crypto's like no good. I'm sorry. You're down 57% for blue chip stock. Bruh. I don't know. I don't want to get into it. I just want to throw that out there for people to think about. Anyway, talking about crypto though, crypto up, the total market cap up. Right now we're taking a look at the total, right? It's up 0.68%. So that's really, really good. We were in this long trend of resistance here, right? This long trend line of resistance for forever holding us underwater. And we're finally popping up above it, guys. Daily time frame, got trigger buy dots. We're back in positive money flow. RSIs are running back upwards of market cipher B. Like, you know, this was really good. We came away from the 200 SMA, daily time frame, 50 SMA as well, popped away from it. Really, really good sign. Total 2. This is everything excluding Bitcoin. It's up 1.41%. Bitcoin basically just going sideways right now, and altcoins are trying to catch up. This is really, really good for a lot of altcoins right now. Like we do have a long way to go from the highs of many of these altcoins. This is where dominance starts stalling a little bit, I would say, for Bitcoin, and the altcoins are trying their best to try to, like, you know, play catch up a bit. Like they've got a long way to play catch up with the dominance and whatnot, but that's what's happening right now. And that's why you're seeing total 2 go up 1.39% on the day. Total 3. This is everything excluding. This is basically all altcoins because it's excluding ETH and Bitcoin. Is up 2.06. And again, that's just showing you guys a representation of what I just said. All altcoins are trying to play catch up right now. Again, away from the downtrend line that's been holding it down underwater for a long, long time on all of those charts. Bitcoin basically going sideways. It's not up and or down. It's basically flat today. We're in this anticipation phase. If you guys don't know, this is the anticipation phase for the Bitcoin halving. You can see that the halving is projected to be right around April 2024. Matter of fact, I think that's when we're going to be having Bitcoin conference in Nashville. I think it's in April. I believe it is. And we're going to be shooting to have another satellite event or a side event, which is focused in Nashville for the rest of us here in the Cosmos and beyond. So be on the lookout for that, guys. I don't have much more time. I didn't realize what time it was. I actually have a meeting for an interview in about 15 minutes. So I gotta keep going. Let me see here. Let's go on. Ethereum up 0.29, basically 0.3%. Let me reset the charts for you guys right here. We're coming up to the next level of resistance, which is right around 1937. Again, guys, these points of interest have been on my charts for a long, long time, on the way up and the way down. They're going to stay there because they're relevant for the long term. I'm a long-term investor, so I don't move my charts or get faded with price action that's, short term. I will say, looking at the RSIs, we do look like we're rounding a bit on the daily time frame. It does look like momentum waves are kind of rounding off, and it does look like the buying support is tapering. Now we just got to be holding above this current level which was resistance for us for a little while, which is 1808. And if we do, we can use that as a springboard of support. If it comes back down, that's going to be a really good thing. Maybe we'll have a really good push into that high $1,900 price range for ETH. But short and long of it, like, we're just ranging right now. As we come up here, I would say be prepared for a cup and handle pattern to play out again, which would mean price action to the downside. We got to print out that handle. If we do, be prepared for that. Take profits as profits are there, like not financial advice, but you'd be a dummy to not take profits while profits are staring you right in the face, right? Let's go to Adam. Adam having a good day. It's up 2% on the day. It's coming above to the 200 SMA. The 200 SMA treating it as resistance currently. I'm sorry, this 200 or is it the 50? I get this fucking mixed up every single time. Hold on one second. Hold on. Is this the 50? Nope, 200 SMA. That's right. 200 SMA. I don't know what, I don't like to use market ciphers SMA things, so I use different ones and it confuses me sometimes. So it needs to get above the 200 SMA. The 200 SMA is probably going to be holding up as resistance because it's a relevant place in the chart. It's a strong place in the chart for it to do that. So be on the lookout for that, guys. Take profits where profits are there. Again, Adam at $8.52. Kujira, fucking channel sponsor, love of my life. The people that support IBC Gang and Crypto Tank. Dove, shout out to Dove and the rest of the Kujira family. Y'all been sleeping on them. We've been trying to tell you guys, I'm just hyped for our one and only channel sponsor. By the way, of course, we're looking for channel sponsors to partner up with. So if you guys want to support the channel, I love you long time. You don't make nothing streaming stuff. That's why. Not that I make anything from Kuji either. If you guys don't know, it's a $500 a month sponsor that I get from them, and I reinvest it back into the ecosystem by just staking it. So I'm never sell pressure to everybody else for the channel sponsor. It's just more like a social sentiment thing or investment thing. But yeah, so Kuji up 8%, my friends. It's at 182. I'm sorry, 188. I want to short change Kujira and the ecosystem because they'll probably come after me. 188 at the price, guys. Probably going to be coming up into that $2 range. And when it does, everybody can kiss my butt. Love it, love it, love it. Basically back to all-time highs. Again, please consider, because I will tell you right now, I hope you guys can't see the chart. I will tell you right now, even though I love Kujira, I'm just going off technicals, right? Please consider profit taking. We're at all-time highs basically right now. We're going to go into price, exploration. What's going to happen when we get up here? I'm just calling right now. Could be a real nasty cup and handle pattern going to play out. I don't think so. That's usually what happens when we go back. Double tap a top before, right? Especially when it looks like this. So I'm just saying, if that happens, be prepared for it to come back down to a low, and people are going to be like, oh my God, it was a fake and this is a crappy thing and all this other stuff. Ultimately, though, it's a good thing, right? Even if it does, I don't want it to, but even if it does play out, we go back down to $1, $1.10. We start printing out that handle, which is usually half the range of the cup, right? Remember, don't get shook. That usually plays out as a positive thing because cup and handle patterns are positive for price action, and then it usually takes off. So again, just forewarning everybody, take profits where profits are there. Maybe not a little bit, not all, just a little bit. Secure your bags, be smart. That's what you're here for. But I love Kajira. I hope that it just ignores all of that and just keeps going because, you know, I just love them. I love them. And I want my channel sponsor to survive, damn it. I want my channel sponsor to survive. Juno, little transparency for you guys. I am on the Operation SubDAO for the Juno charter. It passed. So yeah, Juno doing new things. I don't care what any of y'all say. I don't even care what any of y'all say. The only smart contract, permissionless smart contract play that's out there that has any of that stuff going on, that has no worry about so far, if you know, and we know it's true and nothing else, that has no worries about a security risk, is fully controlled by the community, right? So you can eat my socks. Anyway, we just got to capitalize on this momentum now, team, community, fam, right? I'm here. I'm going to make sure I'm going to do my dangest. This is my commitment to the Juno community, Juno network, Juno people of Juno, right? I'm on the multi-sig. I will uphold your voice. That's my job of being on the Operation SubDAO, is to uphold the voice of the people. And I will do my best to do the financially responsible, maintainable, realistic, and sustainable thing when it comes to Juno. I'm going to be engaging in the conversations, trying to make relationships with other protocols, platforms, and entities out there in our space, even Web 2, if we possibly can. I would love to do that. But I'm there, man. I'm committed. I appreciate your guys' support, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, let's go on. Evmos up 6, almost 7%. Coming up to its next level again of current resistance, probably the 200 SMA and its previous level of resistance in the past. So again, just be smart, my friends. A lot of things need to happen for Evmos to even consider it to be, well, it's just been a hurt chart the whole damn way. Osmosis up almost 7%, though. Osmosis back above its previous level, of which was once support, 44 cents, now trading at 51 cents, and needs to stay above the 200 estimated, remain bullish. Injective up 7%. Injective just ripping people's faces off, though. Shout out to the Injective holders, supporters, community. It's at 17.25. I know a lot of people are like, if it goes back down to 15 or 7, like, I'm going to do it. Like, it's not. It won't. I don't know, guys. Injective just don't care about our feelings. Secret up only 1.49%. Got to get above the 200 SMA. And that's what I got for you guys, man. That link right now up 2.16. It's at $12.50. Zcash up 1.6. It's at 29.14. Let me see if there's any other interesting things out there right now. Anything else out there, guys? Did I miss anything? Out there? Solana. Actually, I know a lot of people are like, oh, Solana. Solana down 2.33, but that's after ripping people's faces off. It's back up to $40, my friends. It's back up to $40. If you guys don't know, I bought Solana. The first time I bought Solana was right around $30. And I felt like a genius. I felt like a genius in the past. And I would still probably feel like a genius buying it at maybe not so much $40, but if I could buy it again at $30, I would feel like a genius. Because again, that's basically support in the past, resistance. I'd feel good about that. I don't even care what people say about Solana. I don't even care. I'm just talking about price action. DOT up 2.16%, just barely fighting with the 200 SMA. It needs to get above the 200 SMA. Another hurt chart right here from what I've been seeing. Let's go into a couple of others just to make sure. Neutron. I don't want Neutron. I'm sorry, I don't mean it like that. This chart isn't good enough on the KuCoin for me to take a look at. I will say we've got a red X on the daily time frame. Not good usually for the price action when it comes to Neutron. That's just going off MicroCypher though. Yeah, that's what I got for today, guys. I do want to put it out to you guys. Don't forget, if you guys are in the Cosmos ecosystem, you guys have been holding some Strange Clan NFTs. You guys can pick up your Strange Clan airdrop by checking out passage.io. Check that out. Also, I do want to put out to everybody as well. What's up, Taurus? What's up, man? Jackal in the house. Oh, you guys want to go over Jackal real quick? Do I have Jackal up right now? Yeah, shout out to Jackal. Jackal ripping people's faces off too. Jackal's one of our sponsors for NFT Nashville. By the way, hey Jackal, you guys want to support the channel? Love you guys long time. I'll rub you back. I do all kinds of weird stuff. No. But for real. Let's go take a look at it. Stats. Go in here. Real quick. I got 5 more minutes. We'll do it real quick. I thought I had my Jackal on here. Yeah, Jackal up 13%, 12 cents. Shout outs to Jackal, man. Neta's actually up 5.19%. Wow. Not sorry. We already talked about Kajira Flix, which again, OmniFlix help us with NFT Nashville up 8.79%. You guys got to check them out. I'm going to be putting out some content that they shared. I know, and again, guys, I'm just going to say, I apologize. We tried our best to do it like grassroots. If we got a little bit more funding, maybe we could like afford different stuff. But we learned a lot for the NFT Nashville things. I do apologize. I know the audio wasn't the greatest. I know the video wasn't the greatest either. It was, it was our first go. We learned a lot though. The second one is going to be a masterpiece. I promise you. But yeah, we got some killer information from NFT Nashville, from Stargaze and OmniFlix. So we're going to be showing you guys that. And shout outs to Astrovault, Teddy Dow, and all of our other sponsors as well. I'll go over that before we get off though. I just want to go back real quick, take a look at some things that maybe look at Stride. Stride token up 18.65%. Holy crud. Stargaze, shout outs to Stargaze, our main sponsor for NFT Nashville, up 9.86%. Look at you, Stargaze. Look at you. That's what I'm talking about. Shout outs to Shane. The entire Stargaze team is phenomenal. Sommelier up 16.19. Region Network 7.95. I'm not really into like the whole eco thing. Not that I don't think the eco thing is like whatever, but you know what I mean. Manta Dow, shout outs to Manta Dow, 11.08% up today. Yeah. Passage is getting wrecked, bro. Passage is getting wrecked though. But hey, don't forget you can get your. Well, actually, it's up on the 1 hour. Look at that. I want to say it's getting wrecked. It's doing better. I thought it was getting hurt much more than that. Well, it's doing way better now. This doesn't look that. It's just making that. It got wrecked earlier on because people were selling, obviously, but trying to make a climb back up there. Yo, get your passage token and stake them. Eric from Astrovault is awesome. Shout outs to Ethan and Eric, guys. They had phenomenal talks at NFT Nashville. I will be covering that later, guys. I thought I was going to have time to cover it today. I'm going to be giving you guys a full transparency report of expenses, how it went, what we thought, what we learned, what was shared there, what happened, who showed up, how many tickets were sold, all this other stuff, guys. In my humble opinion, great event. We had a packed room from, one side of the room to the other. We did it in a grassroots organic way, and we came up on top, guys. So I thought it was a great event. And all of you guys that showed up, man, my heart to every single one of you guys. You guys are freaking awesome. Everybody that watched it on the stream, like, you guys are awesome. With that being said, I do got to get over because I have a meeting, guys. I love you long time. Don't forget, subscribe. Miss you. See you later. Bye. Get out of here. Yeah.